Welcome. Take a slow breath and allow yourself to arrive inwardly. This moment is not simply the beginning of a podcast. It is an opening, a threshold, a quiet doorway into the living stream of mystical wisdom that has flowed through humanity since the beginning of time. The book, The Wisdom of the Mystics, is not merely a collection of spiritual ideas. It is a meeting place of souls across centuries, traditions, and cultures. It is an invitation to rediscover the spiritual heart of humanity, the one essence that has always spoken through prophets, saints, sages, initiates, and silent lovers of the divine. This work does not belong to one religion. It does not belong to one philosophy. It belongs to the eternal current of divine realization itself. And today I gently guide you into this field. The deeper purpose of this book is simple, yet immeasurable. It reveals that behind all diversity of religions, teachings, and mystical traditions, there is one living truth, one source, one divine presence, one unifying love that expresses itself through countless forms. Throughout human history, mystics have discovered this unity directly. They did not believe it, they experienced it. They entered the living presence of the divine. They dissolved separation. They realized that all beings arise from one infinite life. And from this realization a new way of living emerges. Life rooted in love, wisdom, compassion, and conscious cooperation with creation. This book exists to awaken remembrance of that unity within you. As you move through its teachings, you encounter a vast landscape of spiritual traditions, yoga, mysticism, hermetic wisdom, devotion, gnosis, sacred orders, spiritual healing, contemplative practice, and universal ethics. Yet these are not presented as competing systems. They are revealed as different expressions of one eternal path, like rivers flowing from many mountains or returning to the same ocean. You begin to see that spirituality is not something external. It is not confined to doctrine, ritual, or institution. It is a process of awakening, the unfolding of the divine nature already present within the human being. The book shows that human life itself is an initiatory journey, a journey from separation into unity, from unconsciousness into awakened awareness, from limited identity into cosmic belonging. At the heart of this journey lies one of the most essential spiritual principles. The movement from the spirit of separation into the spirit of unity. Human suffering arises when we experience ourselves as isolated fragments, competing, fearing, defending, struggling for survival. Mystical realization dissolves this illusion. You begin to perceive life as an interconnected whole. You feel the living intelligence of creation moving through everything. You discover that love is not an emotion, it is the structure of reality itself. When unity is experienced directly, ethics no longer come from rules or moral pressure. They arise naturally from awakened consciousness. Compassion becomes spontaneous, wisdom becomes intuitive, service becomes joyful. This is the transformation the mystics embody and the transformation this book gently transmits. Another profound dimension of the teachings is the understanding of human evolution as a sacred unfolding. The human being is not a finished creature. Humanity is a process, a seed of divine consciousness placed into matter, destined to awaken, to develop, to realize its cosmic nature. Spiritual practice is therefore not escape from life. It is participation in the deepest purpose of creation. Through conscious development, the personality is refined, the heart is awakened, the mind is illuminated, and the hidden dimensions of existence gradually reveal themselves. The seeker becomes more than a believer, more than an observer. The seeker becomes a conscious participant in the divine unfolding of reality. The book also reveals a vast and beautiful vision of the cosmos. Existence is not limited to the physical world. Creation unfolds across multiple planes: material, energetic, mental, and spiritual. Human life takes place within a living hierarchy of intelligence, meaning, and purpose. The visible world is only one layer of a much greater reality. Mystical training gradually opens perception beyond the surface of things, into the hidden currents of existence. You begin to sense that life is guided, structured, and meaningful. You are not alone in the universe. You are a part of an immense living order, moving toward harmony, balance, and conscious unity. Another central theme explored deeply in the book is the emergence of a new era of consciousness. Humanity is undergoing a transformation. Old systems based on domination, materialism, and separation are dissolving. New forms of awareness are emerging, grounded in unity, cooperation, healing, and spiritual realization. This transition is not only social, it is inner. Each human being is invited to participate in the restoration of harmony within themselves, within society, and within the relationship between humanity and creation. Spiritual awakening is therefore not a private luxury. It is a responsibility. To awaken is to become a conscious co-creator of a more luminous world. What kind of inner experiences might arise for those who walk this path? Many subtle shifts unfold, a growing sense of inner peace independent of outer circumstances, a deepening perception of interconnectedness, an expansion of compassion not as effort but as natural presence, moments of silent unity where the boundary between self and existence dissolve, an intuitive understanding of life's meaning beyond concepts, a quiet joy simply from being, and gradually the recognition that the divine is not distant. It is the essence of your own being. Why are these teachings so relevant today? Because modern humanity is experiencing a crisis of meaning. Material progress had not brought fulfillment, information has not brought wisdom, power has not brought peace. Humanity is searching for wholeness, for connection, for truth beyond fragmentation. The wisdom of the mystics offers not theory but direct orientation. It reminds us that the solution to the world's suffering is not external control, but inner awakening. When consciousness transforms, life transforms. This book is for sincere seekers, for those who feel that something essential is missing from purely material life, for those who sense the unity behind diversity, for those who long to understand the deeper purpose of existence, for those who wish not merely to believe but to experience, and for those who feel called to participate consciously in the evolution of humanity. Ultimately, the wisdom of the mystics is an initiatory gateway. It prepares the mind, it awakens the heart, it aligns the soul with the great movement of divine realization unfolding through creation. It reminds you that you are not separate from the sacred. You are a living expression of it. Now, as we gently close this sacred preview, if something within you has stirred, if something has become quiet, if something has opened, then follow that movement. Enter the teachings more deeply. Read the book with presence and receptivity. If you feel called to structured spiritual training, the initiatory programs of our mystics offer deeper transmission and practice. And if your heart longs for a living path of conscious evolution, you are welcome to walk it within Ordo Mysticus. The path is open, the wisdom has always been here, and the journey has already begun within you. In love, light, and service, I am Ray del Sol.